everything in this village goes to, it's supposed to. I don't know for a fact that it does yet. Goes to the lift station.
Okay.
From the lift station, it pumps to the sewer plant. So, instead of going to the sewer plant, it'll go to Muskingum sewer plant.
So there won't be any testing, or
Testing,
Robbie won't have to go up there every how many ever days and
right,
do anything up
Would
there.
that be beneficial or no?
till they
So
tell
we're
us how.
gonna save money on all the crap we've been having to pay up here, but we may have to pay for pipe
Repairs and yes. So
Repairs and maintenance.
what it comes down to is
which I understand that because
Yeah.
it's in the village.
how much are they going to charge us to do that? Now, if we can keep the rate the same or close to it, yeah, I think that's a good deal. But if we have to jack the rate, say $25 to pay for that, then we have to jack the rates a little bit more for our infrastructure, piping, plant. So because we got to keep some of that money for repairs.
But would it be worth it to look into that to find out?
We
have
are
to.
looking
We
into it.
have to.
We are,
Oh, okay.
but
And I don't see what other choice we're gonna have because they're not gonna
Because the money that we
put any
spent
more
on
money
that
in up
plan-
there.
well, I don't know that. You know, nobody's talked to me about this. I mean, everybody's talked to Tim, and he said, well, they don't want us to spend the money that we have at the commissioner's office on that sludge tank. So I talked to Tom Abraham. He said that would probably make a big deal in how that plant's running if we had that sludge tank. So
I don't understand.
they want to add a sludge tank up there. Right now,
I thought we had one.
Right now we have 2 tanks up there, 30,000 gallon tanks underground. When the sewage comes up, it goes into the first tank. So it's supposed to settle, all the solids settle. So when the pumps kick on, it just spins all that sewage right back around and pumps it into the second tank. That doesn't work. They got a little baffle on them, but all those guys said it doesn't work like it should. So this money that the commissioners gave us is to add a sludge tank outside. That will,
Outside, up here.
yes, and it's just a septic tank. Is all it is. That everything will go into first, and he's hoping that the sludge will settle out, and then it'll go into that first compartment, and there won't ever be enough in there that when they turn the pumps on, it keeps. He said it, right now it's just going through the whole system all the time, every time they turn the pumps on. And I was up there one day when they did it, and the pressure gauge shows exactly what it's doing, which is going through the whole system. So if we have that tank, we can get it pumped out with a regular pump truck. We can't get it pumped out with a regular pump truck now because them tanks up there are too deep. So that's why it costs us 800, is it 800, 1200 every
Somewhere
3
in there.
months to get them pumped out. We'll be able to do with a regular truck, which will probably, I don't know how much that'll be, but it'd be a lot less. Because Egger Sludge has got, they're the only ones with the pump truck that'll do that. High pressure vac or whatever you want to call it. But so we have that money at the commissioners. I want to find out who doesn't want us to do that. Tim won't tell me. I said, who said they don't want us to put that tank in? Well, this guy and that guy. I said, well, I'd like to call them. Because it will take a year, I would think, to get hooked into Muskingum. If we do that. They've got to look at their numbers and see if they even want us to. They might say, well, no, on 4th of July, we can't take that much. I don't know. if it costs too much, can we ask everybody in town, say, hey, can we raise your rates $30? You know?
Can't
So-
get people to pay now.
Yeah. I mean, we wanted to do the catch up on this thing. I don't think we can do that till we get some other things straightened out. It's just,
So what's the first step in getting things straightened out?
right now, finding out why we can't put that sludge tank up there. And high on that list is getting people to pay. I mean, Amy says we have the money, but, you know, we're paying bills and nobody's paying us. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, there's a few people, yes, that are
Oh yeah, I'm not saying everybody in
problems.
town's not
It-
paying.
It's not like, you know, everybody isn't paying. I mean, there's
Right.
a great majority of the people that are.
Right,
And the ones that aren't, most of them have assessments against them. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you are planning to get that money. Since, I mean, they already have assessments against them.
well, if they can't use their septic system, I really think they pay. I would.
We pay our bills. While we're on the sewer, ask her about the school, we forget.
Oh, there
I
was-
forget.
Email,
I answered it.
okay. So, yeah, there's a few things we've gotta work out.
In my mind, I would go ahead and go do the true up.
The what?
Okay,
The true up. To get current.
alright,
Adding $11 on every month.
yeah, I posted it, I don't know if you. 21 on the business, I think, and,
Yeah. she
What was
had
it,
texted me.
$21.75 and
well,
or $11.75 on the residential, and I forget what it was. Did
I mean,
send
that-
it to you?
council sets the rates, so if you wanna do that, do we have to go through an ordinance to do that,
You
Dave?
have to do a resolution, yeah.
A resolution?
The reason I say that is because if you got people that are moving out and they have,
Hard.
you know, and they only have it paid to here, they
Mhm.
still owe this, we're not gonna get that.
That's how that guy down there was, yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, with these people already, most of them having assessments against them, I would try to get the true up so that we eliminate anybody moving out and sticking the village for that amount. That's my recommendation.
Okay, so I need to catch up. What we've talked about adding, what did you say, another $11
11
to the
something,
mother?
yeah.
to the
Yeah, it was like
monthly bill?
$11.75 or something like that, and the business was,
I
Alright,
I don't even
I
remember.
don't, can you re-text?
Eagle
copy paste
Academy
or
is
text me
already,
Because I cleaned out all my texts.
they should
I
already.
think I got it wrote down
You-
somewhere.
write it up, send it to Dave. And we can vote on it at the next
Well, we
meeting.
can vote on it right now.
You can vote on it, then you just have to pass a resolution to,
Oh.
Right.
You got it?
So we can,
I probably got one. I don't know. Was it an email or a message, Jimmy? Do you
I
remember?
think I text messaged Deb, but
You did, but I cleaned out my texts.
$23.25 for businesses for 4 months and $11.75 for residential for 4 months.
$11.75 and what, 20,
$23.25.
23?
4 months.
Mm-hmm. Because that, I didn't have any trailing decimals. It was 2 decimals.
So that will get everybody caught up current.
Yes. And like I said, Eagle Academy is already current, because when I calculated their bill, I made them pay so they were current.
Okay, then you say for 4 months, so this will be for 4 months, then it will drop back off, or?
Yes.
Yes.
Then you go back down to 47, as opposed to $58.75.
What is the current?
47.
47.
Interesting.
How much Rob charging you, Patty?
48.50. So
Right.
give them an even $50.
That's nice of
You're already current.
Oh, well over. Huh,
you. Maybe
You're
he didn't
paying-
know that.
house too, huh?
That's her boyfriend.
Mm,
Say,
all right.
So we need a motion for that.
Yeah.
make the motion. Second.
Angie,
Yes.
Colleen,
Yes.
Patty,
Yes.
Deb,
Yes.
Pam.
So when will that show up on the bill?
We starting.
The motion is made, but the ordinance is not, so when will that be able to be
You
started?
can either do it effective May 1 or June 1, whichever you want.
Was that in the motion?
Sure it was.
Okay. Who made it? Colleen. May 1st or June 1st? Did you put into your motion that it's gonna start?
You might want to go with June 1st just so you get
Probably-
people.
Give you a chance to post all that it's gonna be happening in the newsletter.
Yeah, that'll go in the newsletter and maybe something. That, you doing letters next time? Oh yeah, you probably will.
That's up
Alright.
to Deb, whether she's gonna
Okay.
have the newsletter done.
All right.
Have what you wanna say and let me know.
Okay.
You gotta have it by when?
As soon as you can.
Now, I still have questions.
Okay.
I asked a couple months ago and either I wasn't heard or I got farted off. I don't know which. When the plant went out here a couple months ago and bills had to be paid before the insurance came in, you took it out of the ARP fund, should we have not voted on that? Or do you just decide?
Was it in the bills that, it was in the bills then to be voted on, wasn't it?
We approved it.
It was done before the meeting. You intended, I guess, decided to take the money out of the ARP fund.
Yes.
And then shortly thereafter, the insurance company paid out and sent the $10,000 or whatever it was. 10, 16, I don't remember. I just wonder, should we have voted on that? Because I don't
Where to
recall
take it?
having do that. I do not recall having done that, and I don't have it in my notes. Just a question.
Well, that's why I'm asking, was it in the,
Monthly?
yeah,
I don't know.
Was it in the monthly, oh,
Bills.
bills? Well, it would have been.
When did it get paid?
Well, that was one of them that went to the wrong email, and so I don't know when it did get paid. Somehow everything was getting sent to a Gmail account and not a Yahoo account.
That was done
That's what I'm trying to look.
March 6th was the check was written to Advanced Water and Wastewater Operations for $12,883.
And that was out of the ARP fund.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I gotta go to a different screen for that. Oh. No, that wasn't. It must have been some other bills then. you remember who that was? That was all, that bill for advanced water and wastewater was all paid out of the sewer fund. Do you remember who the bill was?
That electric
Plant Electric?
plant or Pell or whoever. And I don't even know if that's who it was. There was 3 of them,
Plant Electric was 3,000.
so it wouldn't have been that. What? Who was the very first billing you had in September when that happened? Oh,
Plant Electric was paid out of the sewer fund. Let me just go to a different spot.
Chubb claim?
Who?
Chubb? I don't know.
That doesn't sound familiar at all.
No.
Alright, let's see. I can find it right here. Maybe.
We'll leave a
Yeah,
lighter
I
light.
have no idea. I've got 14 things here.
I'm getting there, slowly but surely.
What? Strip club.
That's your,
Pam, you got
part-time
something to
job?
tell us?
No, I bought a bunch of pins at, somewhere.
Yeah.
You bought them already, the dollar
Yeah.
bills?
Dollar bills.
Cold over there.
Oh, that place is
Was
Where?
it this year or last year?
not bad.
Well, it was this year.
Well, yeah,
It was this year?
because when I asked about it, you said you paid it out of the ARP fund, and then when the insurance came in, I asked where that goes, and you said back into the general fund.
Please pay these 3 quotes as there's Earth Tech.
Or,
How much was their bill?
I don't know, hold on.
That was somewhere
This year?
$14,000-16,000.
Yes. Well, you should have 3 separate quotes. Earth Tech, Plant Electric, and Advanced Water. Please let us know when we can receive payment.
Okay, Earth Tech was paid $9,438
So you
From
paid
the-
2 of them.
from the ARPA funds.
Alright.
The other 2 were paid from the sewer fund. And I don't know that I had enough money to pay it all from the sewer fund, and that's probably why that was done.
$15,678. Insurance paid that.
And that went into the general.
And that went, when I asked if that could go
Well-
back into the ARP fund, you said, no, it went into the general fund.
Well, that,
ARP fund was used for sewer plant repairs. Bill will be pushing $20,000. That was December 14th.
how much did we get from the insurance company, does it say?
15.
$15,678.
Right there it is, $15,678. Display. And that was this year.
Yes.
No, that went into, that all went back into the sewer fund.
Okay.
Not the general fund, it went into the sewer fund. And that doesn't, well, the advanced wastewater was over 12,000. The Plant Electric was over 3,000. So they did not give us the whole amount of all 3 of those
No.
invoices.
That answer your question?
No.
What was your,
Should we have voted?
Oh,
on
should
that
we
to
have
come
voted
out-
on it?
To come out, I just worry about certain things.
Well, you approved it when it would have been on the monthly bills report, you would have approved it.
And it would have been on the financial reports. So two.
I think what she's asking is,
Should you have done it first?
council have approved it before they seen it on the financial report, right?
Depends on,
Well, we vote on paying everything, that's why
Well,
I
you
just
did.
wondered.
we,
But I don't, the things that I keep, I don't have it on there,
well, it'd have been on the financial report,
the big thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so every month, then you get the payment, whatever it is. The payment report, so like we did March's today. So this would have been all the March's one, and then I give you a separate one for this month, the checks that I wrote for this month, and that's what you have in front of you.
Does that say where the money came from to pay it?
Not on this listing, no.
So we wouldn't have known where it came from.
But I was supposed to, it surprised me when Tim was sitting there and you two said, we paid that out of the ARP fund.
so should we
So-
vote on, or should they vote on
It just surprised me.
switching money from one and,
That was just a unique situation
Right.
because
if
The
we had
ARPA
to
money-
move money?
They
Well,
have to
right.
be paid.
technically, if you have to move money, you have to,
I can't, what do you mean move money? I can't.
Well, you move it
But-
from,
She's not moving it, she's paying it from one.
I can only pay sewer things from the sewer fund
right,
or the general fund, or
the
since
ARP fund.
ARPA opened up that you can use it for basically anything, that. But
Okay.
like, anything that's done on the roads, that has to be in the 2011 fund. Anything that's done on the state highway, that's the 2021. General fund can be used for anything, but I can't pay road stuff out of the sewer fund.
And there
Or
was
I
no
can't-
money in the general fund to pay it out of.
well, there
Had to
wasn't,
use
there
the
wasn't
ARPA.
enough money in the sewer.
There wasn't enough
to
money
pay
in the sewer fund.
Right.
the bill.
Right, so did she have a choice between the general fund and the ARPA?
I could have, but then you're taking away money from the police department too.
Yeah.
So,
That
I
was the
mean-
best. Gotcha.
What's still confusing me is that when the insurance did pay, you put that in the general fund.
because I don't wanna have to mess around with the ARPA reports, because I have to report everything. I don't want income coming into that fund that I have to report to the Ohio Department of Development.
Okay, and
So-
all I'm asking is, we did everything okay and nothing's gonna come back on it.
It's all in the reports that you approved, right? And the ARPA funds could be used for that purpose, so,
I gotta say, I'm a little nervous about how things have been going
which
the last
did,
few months, so
In
maybe
what
I need
regards?
to ask more
I mean-
questions.
Something I'm doing, or what are you saying?
Like the misdirected emails and all those bills being due.
That's
For
not my
London.
fault.
I'm not saying anything's
Oh,
your
okay,
fault,
okay.
Amy. I am
Okay,
expressing my
I'm
concerns.
like, I don't know where they went.
I am expressing my concerns, and I don't want crap coming back on the village because we did something wrong. That's what I'm asking. And if we're okay, we're okay. But I still, when I have questions, I want to ask. I
Well,
don't
I'm
care how
concerned,
dumb it
I'm
makes me
concerned
sound.
about where those emails went too. I don't know
See that?
how,
If somebody,
how
yeah,
there came up with a Mifflin36@gmail.
and is
and-
there such a thing? I don't even know.
Well, I sent an
See,
email
that-
to it and nobody
that was a
responded, but it
huge
Oh,
went
yeah.
through.
money
It went
overflow.
through.
So there is
there
one-
so
is
there
one
is one set up.
that somebody has set up.
Okay.
So, I don't know. His wife doesn't have a problem sending the invoices, but when he does, apparently there's a problem.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but
If
I was just
have
concerned.
a problem with what you're
And
doing,
you saw
I
there
will
was
direct
one.
it to you.
what?
We were talking about that.
I didn't hear
The
you.
email from Agri-Sludge
What about it?
for the billing for March.
It's in, you were gonna sign it right
Oh,
there.
okay.
It should be in there somewhere.
Cause I seen the email.
Oh, yeah, 'cause she sends it
I
to me
did- I
every
only did
month,
one
and
of
it
them,
comes
yeah.
here fine.
I didn't get that.
That's why I don't know why his never came
Alright.
through.
Okay. Answer your question? Kind of, maybe.
Dave says it's okay, I'm relying on him.
Alright,
$100 an hour.
alright,
He's going to jail.
I need
Oh,
a
Lord have
vacation. I need a
mercy.
vacation.
Like I said,
parking in
concerned
certain
about
areas, Dave, where, like at Chewy's, Tim's, say it's a store right out of here. Can we put up no parking signs in our right of way? When you pull up some of these stop signs, you can't see because, like at Chewy's, they park in front of that little,
gated patio.
their patio there, and you can't see up the hill.
Right.
If you go down this back alley and they parked at Tim's, that last spot on the corner where it used to be a ditch, you can't see out.
To see if there's a car coming.
Yeah.
It's,
I inch and inch and inch and I know I'm going
it's
to
village
slow.
property, you know.
But you'd wanna work with the business owners to somehow block those spots off so that you're not just putting stakes on their property / your right of way, you know what I mean?
Well, that's a 50-foot street, so if we measure 50 foot, that would be ours. If there's pins down there and under there. And this out here, I think it's 50 foot also. But I'm just asking who would authorize no parking signs? Like if we wanted to do it right out here.
On your own property, you, obviously council.
Well, this is the same scenario as that. If the road is, if we put a sign out here that says no parking, that's our right of way, but it's not the roadway. If we do it at Chewy's, that's our right of way, but not the roadway. If we do it at Tim's, it's just,
Cause you're talking right of way versus, you have a right of way across that property, but they still own that property.
no, is where I'm saying, well, I can't show you, but I can show you on a map.
Okay.
If the roadway says it's 50 foot, that's village property. Right? Even though it's not paved.
You have the right. The problem is when it's not where it's supposed to be, right? In that.
No, like over there at Chewy's. Before they put that patio, there wasn't a problem because people could pull up there. And then you go to the stop sign, you look up the hill, you're fine. Now, and it's not all the time.
So you're talking if you're coming from 603 south.
Yep.
And you're trying to look right.
Look up the hill, right.
And it's the people parking all the way up to the stop sign area, or?
There's in front of the patio,
Mm-hmm.
the fencing, there's just a spot that every once in a while somebody does. Same at Tim's, there's an area that if he's full, somebody will slide in there and it's almost on the road,
It's right in direct line with the mailbox.
but you can't see.
Right,
So-
you can't see.
That's like when the dairy bar gets full, they park along the street.
That's where I would suggest working with the owners of those businesses and see if you can put no parking signs there so that explain the problem. If they don't want to work with you, then you pass an ordinance saying that you can't park in certain areas, and then you can
Could you
Not
send a
on-
letter?
not only would then the police could cite them because they're parking illegally, but.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Wouldn't it be easier just for you to send a letter asking them not to block?
No, I think it'd be easier for us to ask the owners.
right.
first.
If you can put no parking signs there,
Yeah.
that way it alleviates the whole problem. Then you're working
Right.
with the business owner.
Right,
Versus me sending them a letter saying,
right. Okay.
You make enough.
Oh.
we all know how to do it, but,
We
you
gotta
know.
take it to our lawyer.
So, the village truck has been sitting up there for, I don't know, forever. I don't know if the battery's still dead or if it's, you know. Tim's thoughts on that was, well, we need it to go to town. Well, I don't think it's ever been to town. I think we need a side-by-side, it's got a dump bed. You can get a plow for them. That truck's starting to rust out. It's not gonna get in any better shape. I just want people, I want you guys to think about selling that, you know. If we do end up getting a maintenance man, he's gonna need something to drive. And that truck's not
Can we
it.
talk about getting like a side-by-side or
Yeah.
something like that?
Something like I got, like Mark's got, like I got.
Right,
Couple
yeah,
months ago,
yeah, we talked about that a couple months ago, did we not come to an agreement?
we didn't
Sell
have
that?
money.
Well, if we sell the truck,
Well, it will
it's
be.
enough for a down payment.
We
We
had,
can take this
yeah.
one.
We don't
money
need
to
a
bring
brand new
that.
one.
And I don't know what we can get out of the truck. But I just want you to think about it.
can't you use ARPA funds for,
We've only got 4,000 left.
Or
See,
something.
that's what I
One.
suggested we get one with.
But we had that money in the ARPA fund until it got pulled out for the sewer.
I got that.
So,
You still have 4,000 there that you
Yeah.
can use towards,
right. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think we could use some sewer money because that'll be used for the sewer plant too.
Bet you Facebook Marketplace and have one for a decent price.
To do what at the sewer plant?
Mow, weed eat, haul tools,
You just hook a
Yeah,
trailer
just-
up to one of those things and go.
whatever we
Dump
need.
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
but
I think it would be more practical than.
I think it would be more reasonable too.
if you
Gas
think we
for it would be
can,
cheaper.
I will look into prices or just, it don't have to be tomorrow. It don't have to be.
I don't
you
think
know.
it would hurt to look into prices.
Okay.
Then what are you gonna do about selling the truck?
Well,
You gotta get a password or something for this gov,
probably,
whatever it's called.
probably.
I think now while the weather has changed for the good,
Good deals. I don't, you know.
we should be trying to sell it.
I think
now.
that truck would probably sell pretty quick because it's only got a little bit of rust on it. But, you know, it's had sold on it again.
Well, that last truck that was so rusted, we got $5,000.
Yeah,
I
that's,
was
I couldn't
surprised.
believe that, but. So I just wanted to throw that out.
If it's not being used, there's no sense in keeping it.
And
No.
that's what I say.
And it's
just
really
sitting
too
there.
big for the alleys anyway to plow.
Yeah,
Right. And you can put a plow on a Kubota and do the alleys.
Fred and Mark do it all the time.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Mark and Fred do it all the time. They dig me out of the parking lot years after years after years.
all right.
Get more use.
And
And the gas would be cheaper.
We're gonna get, it's decent. If we're gonna get a maintenance man, we need to do that soon. Do we have to have an administrator to do that?
I'm gonna have to talk to Dave about this deal.
It's time. We need a flippin' maintenance man that is going to do the work. What? Check into it? I don't wanna pay you $100 an hour, but I don't have the answers, that's you.
well, you're kind of in a pickle right now because you're not a village administrator. So the village administrator is the one that hires the employees that council approves. So if you approve a maintenance man, then it would be up to the village administrator. I would
But
think.
since he